SIA, Singapore Airlines. Is the recovery still on track post-COVID? Hey guys, Joey here, top tier MyZL trader in Phillip Securities, and over the past 1 week, we have seen some really strong bullish price actions in Singapore Airlines SIA stock. Right, so where can we go from here? What are some of the news or announcements that have came out over the past 1 or 2 weeks that have seen or lead to some really good moves in this stock? All right, and what is the outlook? Right, so watch this video all the way to the end, whereby we'll dive into some of the announcements and news that have came out in the past 1-2 weeks, and of course we'll dive into the charts as well to see where we are right now and if there is a potential for it to actually push higher. What are some of the new support levels that have came out? What is the trend looking like? And we will even dive into the system that I have, whereby we actually had some bullish signals coming out over the past 1 or 2 months as well, and it is looking quite good. I'll show you what it says on my system, whereby it kind of guides us on entry and exit, and we'll see how does SIA look in this system as well. Right, so let's dive into some of the announcements that have came out for Singapore Airlines over the past 1 week. So the reason why we have seen some bullishness in SIA over the past week was because last Tuesday on the 16th of May, there's this announcement of SIA right here. You can see SIA Group posts highest net profit in its 76 years history. Right? As you know, right, with the world opening up, we have seen travel, tourism picking up as well. Of course, SIA being the leader in the Singapore travel industry, we have flights resuming as well. Very strong demand, driving record revenue, operating profits, and passenger load factors, right? So yeah, with China opening up as well, this has led to a surge in passenger traffic, and they have kind of like projected robust near-term forward passengers sales across all cabin class. So this is pretty much the post-COVID-19 story, whereby we've seen travel picking up, and of course SIA having sold off heavily when COVID hit. Now it is starting its recovery. In fact, just like last year, we have seen some signs of a reversal. It has started to consolidate a little bit. We look at the charts later, but now it seems like the movement, right, in terms of the upwards direction is starting to accelerate a little bit faster. So this is the announcement that came out, and in terms of the news as well, right, SIA Group posts record annual profit of $2.16 billion after 3 years of losses, right? So very strong results coming in, right? Reversing 3 straight years of losses, of course, due to COVID. And the company has booked 962 million net loss the previous year, but now it is a record profit. So according to SIA Group latest operating results, right, group passengers capacity has reached 79% of pre-COVID-19 levels at the end of March. So it's slowly coming back to pre-COVID-19 levels. Now with the world opening up, and even China, I think they are kind of like opening up to China as well. Forward sales remain healthy across all cabin class, led by a strong pickup in bookings to China, Japan, and South Korea. And now with the resumption of flights all around the world, you can see that at the end of March, the group covered 109 destinations in 36 countries, and they have served 74 destinations, while its low-cost subsidiary airline Scoot covered 58 destinations. And here's the key, right? The group will expand its services to China with the resumption of Scoot's flight to Haikou, Ningbo, Xi'an, Nanning, Shenyang. Basically, a lot of China cities are starting to open up, and we have SIA flights, moving to these cities, and that's where there could be a really huge demand for Singapore Airlines services as the world continues to open up. So I think all of you know about COVID-19 that happened 3 years back. I would say now, with vaccination rates up almost all countries, people are starting to travel. People are getting used to traveling. More like revenge travel. More or less, the world is opening up. China is opening up, and this whole post-COVID recovery is still ongoing and will only get better. So the question is, can we still see more upside based on these results, announcement, and news of record profit for SIA? So this is the WhatsApp message that I've sent out to my clients on the 17th of May. Right up here, you can see 17th of May. We kind of like send out this message to our clients, written right here. You can see after more than 4 months of consolidation below the psychological $6 resistance level, right? We are seeing some bullish actions today, which is like on the 17th of May when we send out this message. Of course, later we'll take a look at what happens right now today. But at a point in time on the 17th of May, it was attempting to break this $6 level, whereby we, kind of like predicted that the uptrend can continue to a new higher phase. We need a little bit more confirmation, but with prices staying above $6, positive, right, with revised targets as drawn. So we have drawn some upside revised targets. Let's take a look. And we also had some recent bullish signals on my 1GT system, which I've alerted to my clients as well. So let's take a look at this chart that was sent out on the 17th of May right here. You can see this is pretty much a chart on the 17th of May that was sent out together with the WhatsApp message. You can see right over here, we were actually attempting to break this $6. So it was like about 603, 604, and we sent out that message. Upside targets were drawn all the way to about $6.50, more than 7 to 6% upside. This was the targets that were drawn before it actually played out over the past few days, right? So this was the message that was sent. So let's just dive back into the chart right now today. All right, so this is SIA right here, trading at about $6.45. So I mentioned, right, just last week we had some upside targets that were drawn to that $6.50. So it seems like we have already hit our target, right? Over the past few days, we managed to trade up, and we are seeing some profit taking near that $6.50 level, which is normal because, you know, that is a level whereby it's a psychological level. That's where, you know, over the past few days, some sellers are starting to come back. So we might just consolidate, I would say, below the 650 mark. We might find a higher support. So this $6 would now be what we call the new support level. It was the resistance level, and I mentioned we broke it, clients were alerted, and this would now be a new support level. So as long as we stay above $6, I would say that the uptrend looks intact, all right? It looks intact, and there could potentially be more upside. So what is the uptrend about? How do I know whether it's up or downtrend? Well, very simple. We can look at the moving averages right here. You can see that, you know, the moving averages in terms of like the red line, the 100 days moving average is pointing up, you know, the blue line is pointing up. So all three moving averages are pointing up with prices holding above it, and with us breaking a key resistance that we have consolidated for 4 months below, right? So those are all signs of the uptrend actually continuing to a higher phase, and that's what we are seeing right now. So $6 is a key level that you want to take note, right? As long as you stay above $6, this stock looks good to go. The uptrend is intact. It can accelerate even faster. And in fact, I would say that the support might have, you know, even gone a little bit higher, not even $6, maybe over the past, like, you know, 1 week or past few days. We may have found some higher support around the $6.30, 6.30, right? That is kind of like the near-term support, whereby it dips a little bit and buyers are starting to come back up near $6.30, right? Not even $6. I think $6.30 people are starting to buy on dips, and then hopefully that $6.50 key resistance level were to give way. If that gives way, target can be revised even higher to maybe around that $7 level. Look at this right here. So we are pretty much kind of like, you know, rebounding back to the previous high. This was where we were in 2018, 2019. Look at this right here. So the resistance, and we saw a couple of selling near that $7. So that is potentially where we can hit to after that $6.50 were to give way. All right, so, you know, for SIA, you know, there were already signs of the trend reversal or turning up, not just like last month or like last week, but in fact since like last year, or maybe 1 or 2 years back, since 2021. Right over here, we could see that there is this crossover. So the 100 days moving average has crossed back above the 200 days moving average, and, you know, there were signs of the uptrend actually taking shape. You know, it was like consolidating slowly upwards, forming what we call higher lows, and that's the reason why we drew this upward sloping channel support line. So very gradual uptrend, but we were still kept below that $6 level, right? You know, but now with this $6 level out of the way, it is a new phase higher, and that is where potentially more strength can come back pretty fast as long as you stay above that $6. All right, so this is SIA right here, all right, and there could be more upside. So just watch this 650 level. That is the near-term resistance that we want to get above right now. So let's just dive into the system that I have called One Good Trend, 1GT. So it's a 1GT system that I have that kind of guides us on entry and exit and alerts us to counters like this. So for SIA, we did have a couple of bullish signals. So let's take a look at the system to see what it says and if there are any exits on those bullish signals. Okay, so this is SIA on my 1GT, one good trend system that kind of alerts us to counters like this and also guides us on entry and exit. So I have a system. If you want to find out a little bit more on this system or the framework behind the entire system, the whole one good trend framework, you can attend one of our webinars that will be coming up in the next 1 or 2 months. Make sure you're on my email list. Click on the link around this video to find out more, maybe download my free report so that you're on my email list, and then we'll let you know if there are any webinars that comes out real soon. All right, but let's just dive back into the system. So you can see that this is SIA, and since last year, even like somewhere in November, October, we got this really good. I mean, it was like trending down a little bit. All right, so there's some short-term selling. It went down and up. Look at this right here. So this was like, you know, a bit of profit taking as it approached that $5.50 to $6. So there were a couple of like short-term selling, but each time it goes back down, it did not actually like go back all the way down to like where we sold off when COVID happened, right? It just went down a little bit, and buyers came back and started to bargain hard and started to push higher. So that's the reason why we got higher lows, right? Which is a sign of strength, which shows that buyers are kind of like defending certain key support levels. All right, so this is the system right here. So since like October, November, we got a bullish signal, started to push up. A couple of bullish signals. I'll not go too far into it, but we had a couple of bullish signals in January this year as well, started to push up, and then a bit of selling as we got bearish signals. But let's just dive into where we are right now. So that was in the 28th of March. You can see a 1GT green arrow up. This is a bullish signal on in March. Right, went up a little bit. And the key here is that this is the signal, right, that I want to share with you on the 20th of April, right? 20th of April, just last month, right? Last month. And we got this bullish signal. It was still like below that $6 resistance level that I mentioned. And finally, right, over the past week, look at this right here. We broke that $6 resistance level, and this bullish signal seems to be still playing out, and there are no exits yet, right? So what do I mean by an exit? Exit would be like this white arrow pointing down. It just means that there's some selling pressure. It can guide us to lock in some profits, you know, just take partial profits or just get out. That's what we could do if we see an exit. But right now, there aren't any exit signal. So this bullish signal is still in play. It might, you know, continue to push higher. And as I say, this $6.50 is a key immediate resistance level. If that level gives way, I think we might still see a little bit more upside, maybe to like 7 or maybe even higher. And then we do see an exit that can guide us to lock in some profits as well. All right, so this is SIA on my 1GT system. There are no exits. That bullish signal seems to be still playing out. All right, guys, so there we have it. I hope you like this video whereby I've gone through Singapore Airlines, SIA stock, and you have a better picture of where we are right now, what has happened over the past 1-2 weeks, why are we actually moving up, and you're a bit clearer on that. So if you want to get ideas like this by WhatsApp, I've shown you just now, some of my clients were alerted to it as well by WhatsApp on like a daily basis. Make sure you click on the link around this video, find out how you can become a client of mine in Philips Securities, where I'm a broker, and that's where we do value add to clients, give them some ideas, trainings, and you do get some services as well, especially if you are like trading online on your own and you don't really get much service from your own broker. Definitely want to come on board, right? Okay, so that is the link I'll just place around the video, and if you want to find out a bit more like the entire strategy, the one good trend strategy, or even this system that I've shown you guys, the 1GT system, attend one of my webinars as well in the next 1 or 2 months. Once it's ready, we'll let you know. Make sure you're on my email list. All right, make sure you're on my email list, and that's where we will alert you when the webinar is ready for registration, and then you can find out a little bit more. All right, so Joey here. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe button as well. That will really help out the channel. And thank you so much for watching. Hope we see some really good move in SIA stock over the next few weeks, or maybe over the next 1 or 2 months.